So I've got a confession to make. And the confession I've got to make is this. This is only the second time I've ever done this journey. The first time I did this journey was with my teacher and with my shaman brother Robert and a big group of people, and we all did it together. And it was totally mind-blowing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on this one. So I got quite a way through that process of doing the drumming and guiding it all, and I wasn't doing any of it because I couldn't, because I was too busy drumming and speaking all these words out and making sure I was saying everything right. And I thought, well, this is a bit bloody boring. I want to get in there. So I thought I could just get to that point. So I got to the point just before I was about to let go of my physical body, and I started laughing immediately because it's so funny, because I'm a person that, with the Universal Soul Retrieval, created the conception and the awareness of the aging program, and being able to turn the aging program down, and in rare cases turn it off. So I'm aware that I'm in for a really full-on life, and I'm not rushing to leave this planet. So for me to journey to the end of this physical life, there's a bit of resistance there straight away, because it's like, I'm more interested in living this life than doing it. But that's my job. My job is to do this journey. It's to let go of my physical life. But just as I'm about to let go of the suit of clothes, which is my physical body, I'm laughing because it's hilarious. Because I remember the thing that I've kind of been not really fully aware of all the time, which is, this is so cool, because this is where I get to let go of my physical body. Yes, because then I get to be fully multidimensional. And yeah, I want to do this, and so I did. And so I went into it, and this is where the journey for me became a bit fragmentary, because I became aware of what I could experience, but I was also very aware of my physical body. I was aware of the fact I was drumming, and I was aware of people being in the room, and I was wondering what they were all doing. So my rational mind was going like the clappers with all that, and I thought, this is silly, come on, get back into it again. So, okay. There's colours, it's fractal, it's sacred geometry. There's a prevailing white sense, but within the white there's all the colours. Yeah, okay. And then suddenly this flip happened, and I wasn't in this universe anymore. And I was outside the universe looking in, and I could see, it was like there's all this whiteness and colour, but in the distance are these little black dots, and each black dot was a universe, and one of these black dots is a universe where my physical body is right now. And I was dimly aware of that, but I wasn't very interested in that at all. I was much more interested in being where I was, where I am. And I've got to watch my language, because this is where I am. I'm here now. And I'm outside the physical universe, and it's all the white and the light and the fractal and all this stuff going on, sacred geometry. And there's one of these little black dots, and that's where I kind of am, sort of, when I'm awake, not asleep, And then I started to tune in, what is it like? This is the source. I realised this is the source. And so now I go into my words. So there came a point when I just couldn't hold back, and I had to say it over and over again, whispering. And these are the words I kept on saying. Over and over again, whispering, I said, I'm God, I'm love, I'm limitless. I'm God, I'm love, I'm limitless. I'm God, I'm love, I'm limitless. And when I said those words, I realised that actually it's true. I am God. And I realised that I was in everything. So everything that exists, I'm in it. But then I also realised I'm everything. And also I realised I'm nothing at all. Which is one of the paradoxes. Paradoxes are great. Most people run away from paradoxes terrified. Shamans run towards paradoxes excited. So although I know there's some bit of me in everything that is, every atom, every quark, every solar system, there's a bit of me in it, because I'm one of the source, I'm all connected, it's all one, and at the same time I'm absolutely nothing. And so that was like, whoa, okay, so I'm taking this in, and then this is what I got, I'm in any place in space and time, I'm beyond the cosmos, beyond the universe, I am with all that is, and I am all that is. It is so funny. And I just started laughing again, because it's hilarious. It is so funny that we get so attached to our experience in this physical body. And, oh, my back hurts. And, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. And did I make it all up? But it's just a joke, isn't it? It's hilarious. It's all a dream. It's all a dream. I'm dreaming the fleece into being. I'm dreaming the drum beater into being. I'm dreaming into being the idea that I can't see properly without glasses. So I'm dreaming these glasses into being so that I can see properly with the glasses. And when I've taken DMT, I know I can see anything and everything. I can be like a microscope and see any level of detail in anything. And I know that, so why do I bother with this? Because it's all part of the huge cosmic joke of being alive in a physical body. It's hilarious. Do you know we all have to fart and poop? Isn't that funny? And if we don't drink water, do you know what happens? We get really sick. That's hilarious, because I've just come back from the place where there is no pain, there is no illness, there is no limitation. I can be anywhere. And I'm everything all the time. And time doesn't exist. And so when I reached that point, I thought, oh, I'm just going to carry on drumming. I'm just going to carry on drumming, because this is so cool. I'm just going to carry on drumming. So I just carried on drumming for like a long time. And I thought, well, I've probably been, they're probably getting a bit bored by now. I better do something about this, really. I suppose it's time to come back, really. And I had to carry on drumming, so I just carried on drumming some more, because I was having a really good time. I thought, oh, come on, just change the drum beat. As soon as you change the drum beat, I became aware of the fact that there is this physical body, and it was like there's this huge long thread, and there's me out here, and there's this tiny thread, and it's attached to a tiny fragment of a blue planet. And then as soon as I thought that, I found myself coming back, and I found myself being aware of my physical body, and I was back. And it's only the second time I've ever done this. Why? Why don't I do it more often? It's fun, isn't it? So that's my experience. So one of the main reasons we've been doing this journey is to understand about change your story, change your life. And we begin with this by telling the old story. And we tell the old story, this happened, I did this, I did that, I felt this, I felt that. And then when we've done that, then we start to do the inner work, which might include astrology, and we get the answers. Why? Why do I feel this? Why do I feel that? Why do I get oppressed? Why do I get this? Why do I get that? And all the answers come out with the astrology, very useful. You may or may not choose to do that. There's a whole bunch of other processes you can choose to do, like the Master of Transformation from Don Miguel Ruiz. There's loads and loads of things. And then when you do this journey, you've actually experienced this thing, and this is what Margaret experienced, and what she experienced is this, and I have to find her words. This is what she said. She said, whatever you think of, you invent. It's your will. I want a beach, it's there instantly. I am creating all that could be. There is no time. I am creator. That is how you create the new story of yourself and your life, because your old story of yourself and your life will include some limitations. It always does. And what you're going to be doing when you create your new story of yourself and your life is you're going to be creating new possibilities. So, for example, I did a whole process with 120 people, and at the end of that process, I created 3 new possibilities for myself and my life. And they are as follows. When I choose, I can be unreasonable. I can be happy. I can be loving. And those gave me new possibilities. Very simple, basic stuff. But what you're going to do is you're going to craft the most amazing story of yourself. And all stories are the stories of redemption. Everyone is the hero or the heroine of their story. Everyone gets challenged. Everyone experiences suffering. And through these sufferings we awaken. And then we awaken, we do the astrology and find out the why, or other processes to find out the why. And then we begin to co-create, because this is it. You now know. It's what Margaret said. Whatever you think of, you invent. It's your will. I'm creating all that could be. I am creator. There is no time. So then I create my new story. So tiny little example for me. In my old story of myself and my life, oh, it was so pathetic. Oh, it was so tragic, because for the first year of my life, I spent most of my time in a pram in a plum orchard, and my mum was looking after my dad, who had tuberculosis. He had less than 12 months to live. And she came out and she fed me and she changed me, but most of the time in the daytime I was in the pram. So, terribly sad story. Oh, I experienced so much loneliness. Oh, I didn't have all the attention that people used to get. That was my old story. When I went on my retreat and I started to create my new story of myself and my life my guide, who was called Jonathan, but he now be called Narberth, he was with me. He just changed his name on that retreat. And he said to me, let's look at that from a different perspective. And so it was so simple and so beautiful, because I realised that I'm just in this pram, and I'm a baby, and I've been fed, I've been changed, and I'm wrapped up in all these blankets, and I'm looking out at the sky, and all these trees are plum trees, and I'm a baby. So I've got pretty much full awareness because I'm a baby. And so I realised these plum trees are spirits, these are plant spirits, and they love me, and they've been nurturing me in their embrace for all these months. And one of the things that would happen is my mum would come outside the caravan, and she would go over to see where I am, and she would watch a plum fall off the plum tree and smack me on the head. And I just burst out laughing, because life is so funny. It is so funny. And so that's it. So that's how I transformed that experience of, oh, what a veil of tears I was on my own. I was having this incredible life with these plant spirits. So when people say to me, what is my connection with the plants? It began when I was a baby, because the spirits of the plants embraced me, and they didn't have that much to do with human beings, and that was pretty cool, actually, because human beings are a bit weird anyway. Plants are much cooler. So that's a way to show you how any single experience you can transform of the key moments in your life. And this will inevitably happen as we continue through the training.